Well, Adam, congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy, relieved, whatever?
No, happy. Yes, I'm proud. I've worked hard to get to this point now, and no stopping here. Yeah, I'm really pleased to sign a new contract and kick on again.
I mean, I don't know, 6-9 months ago, it was probably debatable that you and I would be inside Ellen Road having this conversation, potentially, wasn't it?
Definitely, yeah. I've said in previous interviews that there was times when I've really worried in the last couple of years, but I just kept going, just kept working, chipping away every day with the physios, the fitness coaches, and I'm fortunate to be in this position again.
But getting fit was wasn't even half the battle in a way, was it? It was getting fit and then proving yourself all over again, I guess.
Yeah, the biggest battle was getting pain-free and fit and being able to put days and days together on the training pitch. That really was the biggest battle for me. Once I knew that I'd be pain-free and I could withstand the load, I was confident. I was quite confident in my ability that I could get back to the level and stuff. It was just the first hurdle I had to get over.
Did you feel that confidence the moment you stepped out for that first Premier League fixture? You had the League Cup game before that, but was that part of what you took onto the pitch with you?
I think so. Once I knew my body was okay, yeah. I felt like the football side of it would have been okay as well. That had to come hand in hand. After the Leicester game, that really gave me a confidence to then feel like I was back, and I've just produced. I've been able to carry on games after that, so I'm really pleased.
How did you find it in terms of the fitness and the challenge that it presented, being back on the pitch in the Premier League again now, at the top level? Was that a bit of an issue initially? Have you worked back to absolute full fitness is maybe what I'm trying to say there?
I don't know. I am a bit of a fitness freak in the fact that I always feel I can give more anyway. So even now I feel like I can get fitter and in better condition. Maybe that's just how I've always been. So I don't know if I knew I was always going to work hard enough to get back to the level. So I'm not really sure if there is more to give or not. I don't know, sorry.
Have you got that sense of making up for a bit of lost time in every game you play at the moment? You're watching, that's how it looks in a sense.
Yeah, there is a little bit of regret in the fact that I feel like I've missed a lot of time on the pitch. Now I just want to play as many games as possible and contribute as much as I can. So whether I do take that into my game, I'm not sure. I feel like I played the same now as I did before my injury, but I just want to play as many games as possible now.
It's been a tough time for the team in general recently, hasn't it? Because whilst you've got yourself fit, lots of others have been getting themselves injured, as it were.
Yeah.
Has that made it a bit more difficult for you in terms of what you've had to do in the team?
I don't think so. I mean, ideally, we'd like all of our full strength players around us, the likes of having Calvin in midfield with you and things like that. Yeah, it's going to help us get better results on the pitch, but I don't feel I've felt the pressure anymore for not having everybody around.
When you're out there, what's the level of the Premier League at currently?
Very high, especially at the top end. You like seeing Man City's and Liverpool's, Arsenal's. There's no room for error, obviously, as we know in the games we played recently, but I think we can mix it. When we're on our day, we're as good as anybody, I think, and we can really give anyone a tough game. Yeah.
Perhaps from your own perspective, there's that frustration might be that you haven't had the opportunity very rarely had the opportunity in what would be described so far this season as maybe the strongest 11, have you? Because that just hasn't been a team that's been put out.
No, unfortunately, whether it be COVID or injuries that we've spoke about, it's just part and parcel, unfortunately, and everybody knows the demands of the high intensity and the tough training that we do. We are susceptible to that as a team, but anyone that steps in, and the young lads who come in, even the young lads who played in the Cup last week, everyone performs and knows what's expected of them.
When you get home this evening to reflect on the fact that you've got your future is sorted here at Leeds United now, what part has Marcelo Bielsa played in this whole long process? A lot, yeah. He kind of left me to my own devices with the injury side of it. But once I was back in the summer, like I've said, I was like a caged animal. Between him, the physios, the fitness coaches, that they decided me load and how many minutes I would play for the 23s, and
how long I would play in, say, the crew match in the cup earlier in the season. So he held me back a little bit at times, which has probably prevented me from breaking down again sometimes. So I have a lot to thank him for, and getting back in the team and him repaying his trust in me and keeping me in the team so far is, I have a lot to thank him for.
Yeah, did you have that sense, was the trust, that idea that he was waiting for you and wanted you to get back in, was that an important part of the way that you mentally that you dealt with it?
I think so. We never really had any conversations over it, but it was, he seemed like he had a plan for me in the summer in terms of minutes and stuff, and that made me feel wanted still, and that obviously I was still a part of his plans, and I'd like to think that's the case now, and I've put a good run of games together, and hopefully long may it continue.
Everyone says it's a long, lonely journey when you've been through that length of injury that you've had. Who've been the people who've made that journey with you, who've been important on that journey with you?
My wife, the most, more than anybody. I remember days when I was struggling, I'd go home and I didn't want to have to face people and talk to people about it, and so she would take the brunt of everything and relay it back to my mum, my dad, my brothers, my friends, my agent. So yeah, she took the most of it, definitely. And then I'd probably have to say Rob Price. There's a couple of times I've maybe had a moan at him, or because I've been so frustrated, and the fitness coaches, Ruben, all the other physios, Henry, Darryl, all of them, Billy, Will. So yeah, I think they're the people that I probably have to give the most thanks to, as well as the manager. Yeah.
So what do you look forward to doing next? What's the next ambition in terms of where it's set for this season and beyond?
Just keep playing games in the Premier League, keep helping the team as much as I can, keep progressing as a club, and enjoy it. Yeah, unfortunately I missed 2 years, so I do definitely want to just enjoy it as much as I can now.
And where should the club be at the end of this season? Higher than it is now?
Definitely, yeah. We spoke about it, without making excuses. We've had a lot of injuries. It'd be great to get a lot of the lads back and hit a good run of form. We probably haven't had a real run of wins yet in this season, so I think we'll be looking forward to that, yeah.